Good morning everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. And in today's video, as you have already seen, this morning I woke up and I cut out fabric, a few pattern pieces, because the first thing I want to do today is Saturday by the way, I am going to sew up things I need to for uni. So if you've been following for a while, you would have known that my first semester of university have just finished. But we were supposed to be making a full dress, which I've actually done the toile of, which you would have seen in one of my previous videos. But because of coronavirus, we are currently in lockdown here in Wales, so we actually can't go into uni and make the full dress, and they are not asking us to make the full dress at home. So what they are asking us to do is to make the dress in pieces. So they've asked us to do samples. So for example, I'm going to be making up one sleeve of the dress, and then I'll be making up a sample seam with the concealed zipper in, which would have been in the side seam of the dress. And then I'll make up the collar, and then I'll make up the I'll do samples of the seam finishes, which I would have done on the dress, and also the hems. So essentially it's kind of making the dress but in pieces and not actually putting it together. So today I want to start that. It doesn't actually have to be done for about 2 weeks, but I want to get it done because, you know, cutting fabric and all that does take time, and I just want to get it done and out of the way. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to actually start to sew up those samples, and of course I'm going to film it, and when I get a text from Danelle, we'll go there and I'll pick up the fabric, and we'll come home and we'll carry on, and hopefully I'll be able to get all these samples finished today. That is the aim. And yeah, so the other fabric which I will show you later on from Danelle, aside from the white cotton sateen, like I said, is just plain cotton poplin, and that is going to be used so I can hand print my own little designs on there, so I can start creating some of my own fabrics. Because if you guys have been here for a while, you know that I find it really difficult to fabric shop. And that is because there's not a lot of fabrics I do like that are readily available, especially in my local fabric store. So I'm just going to start printing my own, because it'll just be easier and I can get what I want. So yeah, so that's the plan for today. So what I'm going to do is I have all my pattern pieces cut out there, and I'm actually just going to start to finish them. So I'm going to first overlock all the edges so they're all finished nicely, and then we'll actually start sewing things up. I think I'm going to do the sleeve first, because that is got a lot of gathering in it, so I just want to get that done and out of the way, and the rest of the things are just like I said, sample seams, hems and things like that. So it's not going to shouldn't take too long, probably about two hours maybe, and the time we're done, hopefully Danelle will be ready for me to go pick up my fabric. So yeah, so that's the plan for today, and let's just get straight into this video. So what I'm doing now is I'm going to add a basting stitch between the points I've marked on my fabric for my pattern, and then I'm going to gather this using by just pulling those threads. So I'm just going to add the basting stitch using a standard straight stitch on my machine. I will obviously want back tack, and I will use a 5mm stitch length. As you guys can see, it looks a bit like a chef's hat, but this is a cap sleeve, and it's really like poofy at the top, and I've gathered this down to the size that I needed, which is 44 centimeters, because that is the size of the actual sleeve before any slash and spread or anything. So that is the sleeve all gathered, but what I'm going to do is, before I can actually, of course I'm not inserting this into any bodice because like I said, these are like sample pieces now, but what I've got to do is actually make up the full sleeve. So what I'm going to do is, now I'm going to take the other part of the sleeve, which is this mesh, this is power net, which is used a lot in dancewear and gymnast things because it's really sturdy and it's flexible. So like I said, that's a cap sleeve that goes over the shoulder, and then this actually, because it's mesh, it is still attached. I'm going to attach this to the top of the sleeve, and then what I'm going to do is it's going to act essentially like it's one sleeve, but it's two pieces, if that makes sense. So it's going to be the cap sleeve there, which will finish here, and then this power mesh comes down the arm, down to the wrist, into a cuff that's also slash and spread, so it's got some gather and some volume in it, out of the same sateen fabric. So it's a really stunning sleeve, and you guys will see that once it's done. So what I'm going to do now is do that, and then once the sleeve is done, I will show you the end result. So I've pinned all of the sleeve on the mesh. Now I'm just going to use a straight stitch, a regular straight stitch, and sew this on so it acts as one sleeve. So I've just tried to put in the sleeve, and I actually have done it wrong. So instead of what I should have done is actually sew up the side seams of the sleeves separately and then put them together as one piece, but instead I just put the sleeve, the mesh sleeve, into the head of the sateen sleeve and try to sew them together that way, and it's just not working for me. And when I look back on when I done the toile, because we record the entire process in like a document book, that's the way I done it, by sewing up the side seams first and then putting them in together as one piece. So I'm just going to recut a, where is it? It's there. I'm just going to recut a sleeve. Not the sateen sleeve, because I've actually already sewn up the side seams there now, I took it off. But I'm going to recut a sleeve cap out of sateen, and I've just had a text as well. My fabric that I ordered from Dunelm, the sateen and poplin, is actually ready, so I'm going to go collect that now, come back. I'm just going to tidy up my workspace as well a bit when I come back, because I'm feeling really like clustered in here for some reason, and then hopefully I'll be able to sit down and properly relax and sew once everything is out of the way. So yeah, let's go get the fabric and then we'll come back and try and finish all of this. So I'm now back from Dunelm. You guys are currently behind my sewing machine, so this is what this is. But I picked up the fabric, and I picked up, like I said, I bought some cotton poplin and also some cotton sateen. So this is some of the poplin I purchased. It's just navy, and I haven't got any mates for this, but I do want to print on it, so even if it's just used for experimentation with print, I'll be happy with that. I did buy 2 meters of that. I was going to buy 3, but I don't think I'm making anything specifically with it. My plan is to make like little pouches and stuff that I've printed with my own patterns, to eventually sell on my Etsy store. So that I bought blue of that. I then also bought poplin again, but I purchased grey, which I actually prefer the grey. Like this navy blue, it's, in my head, it's more of a royal blue. It's not the kind of navy I like, but I will still use it, of course. So this is the grey poplin I purchased. Really nice quality, and again, I could make shirts and that out of this. I might, you know, once it's printed I might make things, but this is what these poplin fabrics are for printing on, which I have a few nice little lino blocks I've already carved with motifs on I want to start, so I will have that in an upcoming video. And then, of course, like I said, the main reason I wanted to go and get fabric in Dunelm was I needed more cotton sateen, and this is really nice stuff. I think this was like £3. The poplin was £5 a metre, and this was about £3. I want to say about £3.25. It was on sale, and you know, it's decent quality stuff. It's not as, I don't think it's as heavyweight. It doesn't feel as heavy or as thick as the one we've used in university, but you know, for samples of things it's totally fine, and it can still definitely be used as a dress to make anything out of, but it's just more it's more lightweight. This is more, I'd say, more for fashion in my opinion, but this is more lightweight, but it will do. So those are the fabrics I got, and are the fabrics that I needed. And what I've done since I've come home, as I said, I think before I left for Dunelm, I needed to recut the cap or the sleeve because I messed up on that. So I'm going to recut that tonight, but I'm going to sew it tomorrow. But what I've done tonight and what I'm going to get done tonight are the little samples. So here is a sample of a seam I needed to get done. So this is just a standard overlocked seam, which you guys will probably be very familiar with if you sew. It's just a standard seam you use pretty much on any garment unless you're doing a specific seam like a bound seam or overlock and turn or anything like that. So this is just your standard seam. I don't know if it should focus. Just your standard seam. So I done that, and that's all I done to do that was cut out 2 pieces of sateen the same size, overlocked all the edges, and then I stitched them together using a standard 3mm stitch. So that's what I've done. And what else I need to do is I need to do more samples of, I need to do a sample of the hem finishes. So that's again just a standard hem. And then I also need to do sample a concealed zip in a seam. So I've actually already overlocked these strips of fabric I'm going to be using to create a false seam for the concealed zip. But I think I'm going to do that tomorrow. I might do it tonight, I'm not too sure, because concealed zips are still something I'm getting used to. But tomorrow I'm definitely going to do the sleeve. But tonight I'm going to finish the hem sample, which I want to do. And I think that'll be pretty much it for today. So let's get on and finish those samples. So I just finished the hem, and this is what it looks like. It's really nice, and like I said, this is just a standard overlock and turn hem that you'll find on your standard garments. So that is another thing done. And what I'm going to do now is my cuff. So obviously I haven't made up the sleeve, but I just want to prepare the cuff. So I'm just going to overlock all of the edge of the fabric, and then I have wrought on the pattern to gather the entire cuff to 24 centimeters once it's got the gathering stitches in. So that's what I'm going to do, and then I think I'm going to be done for today, and then hopefully I'll finish all of this tomorrow and then start other things. So yeah, so I'm just going to prepare this fabric and prepare the cuff, and then I think we will be done for today. So yeah, let's do this. Good day everyone, it is now the next day, and I've been up a few hours now actually. I've had breakfast and everything, and what I've already done off camera is I recut the sleeve that I said I needed to do yesterday. So I recut that this morning along with the collar, and the collar is something that's going to take me probably about an hour to do because it's got a lot of pleats in it I need to do. I still need to finish transferring the markings on the pattern, and then of course sew that all together, which is very nerve-wracking, but thankfully this time I don't have to sew it to anything. So it's really just making up the collar. And I've had to put my light on because it's really dark in my room today. I don't have a big window and it's not that bright out. And what I've also done is I've completed the cuff. So as you can see, this here is the cuff. I sewn it together, the 2 seams there, and that's all I gotta do now is attach it to the sleeve when that's done, and hem it. So the mesh sleeve is now all pinned into the sateen cap sleeve, so it will act as one sleeve. So just got to sew this on, and then just add the cuff, so and the sleeve will be done. And this hasn't took me long at all. So yeah, let's sew this together and then add the cuff. So the cuff is on, and that looks absolutely stunning. The white sateen with the white power mesh. I love it. Look how nice that looks. I'm so happy. And that's all that's left to do now is the hems. So we'll do that and then we'll be done. I'll probably do them off camera just to save time. But yeah, I'm really happy with the results so far. So I have now completed the sleeve, and I think I'm going to end the video here. So I'm just going to show you the sleeve. So I have, as you can see, if it's focusing, is it focusing? This is the cuff. It is absolutely stunning. I am really happy with how that turned out. And then the sleeve, I'm gutted that it's actually not going on a dress itself, but maybe in the future I can make that up. And then of course my hem and my seam samples. I still do have the collar to do, but that's going to take me so long. I'm just going to do that off camera. But this has been pretty much my weekend. I really hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I am using my brand new camera, so you have probably seen better angles. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. This has just been my weekend doing a lot of sewing. The hemming on the sleeve is proving kind of difficult, so what I think I'm going to do is I might actually redo the sleeve again and actually hem the fabric before I sew it all together. So just finish it on the overlocker, then hem it and then sew it all together, because it's easier for me to hem things before I actually sew them, so I don't have to hem them in the round. But I don't know, I might do that, I might not. If I do, I will tell you guys on Instagram and in my next video. So yeah, this has just been my weekend of sewing. It's probably been a lot of the same thing, but you guys have just had an insight into my weekend and how I'm sewing, and my brand new machine, which you would have seen me unbox about 2 weeks ago now, I want to say. I am trying to get better with uploading more regularly on YouTube, and now with this new camera it's just easier to film, so that definitely will be happening. But thank you guys so much for watching this video, and if you enjoyed, give it a thumbs up. Also, please do not forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and click the bell icon so you get notified every single time I upload a brand new video. And be sure to follow me on my Instagram, which is just ricksapparel_, for all my sewing and textiles related stuff, which I assume most of you are interested in more. Or if you want to follow my prints Instagram, that is where I do custom lino prints, and I also print fabric. I will also be posting some printed fabric on my sewing and textiles Instagram. But if you guys want to follow me on my Instagram page, they are all linked down below, and if any of you want to check out my Etsy store, that is also linked in the description box as well. And on there I sell prints and anything to do with my printing. I also will be introducing some tote bags and things like that in the future, which I'm really excited about because I will be hand printing things on them as well. But again, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thank you guys so much for watching and all your support, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.